We're back with the dulls, y'all. There's no shot this is just El Camino, right? Like, this, it just can't be. You know what this looks like to me? Four Brothers. Oh my God, they have it? It is Four Brothers! Oh, shit. I swore at the start of the video! How? I'll tell you. First off, I've seen the movie. I watched it Christmas, I'm going to say 2006 maybe, with my cousins at my grandma's house. Here's what my brain went through. I know there's muscle cars in the movie. I think it takes place in Detroit, and so this would be like appropriate weather for it. And also, this is like mid-2000s kind of like digital/film quality. So those three things alone was enough to triangulate like a decent guess. I own you. I'm sorry, I own you. That ain't even a Gran Torino, man. How would you guess Gran Torino when you see an El Camino? That's like the Gran Torino was the only bad guess. I don't know if I would have gotten on that. I might have even said the town if we made it here. I don't know if I would have gotten it off that, man. I dead ass forgot that Sofia Vergara is even in the movie. I don't know. I don't remember anything about the movie except apparently like this shot. That I probably would have gotten it off of this though, to be honest. That's not Sofia Vergara? That's Sofia Vergara, man. Can I get a check on that? It is, it sure is, it is for sure, it is. Sorry, I own you. I would have gotten it on number 5 for sure. And that's them, man. That's the Four Brothers. I forgot Andre 3000's in this. Is that Zach Braff? I think I might hate Zach Braff, man. Movie was kind of bad. I think the thing with Four Brothers is that when it came out, everyone expected it to be bad, and then it was like pretty good, which is the surprising part. Real. Malcolm Butler spent 3 seasons with this AFC team. He sounds like he could be on the New Orleans Saints. The Cubs had 2 rookies in 2008, Giovanni Soto and this Japanese outfielder. I know this because I saw on ESPN yesterday. This outfielder was 31 and he was a rookie. He made it to the All-Star game and then was out of the league like 2 years later. But I don't remember his name. I feel like it started with like a K. We're gonna have to scroll through like a lot of these. Or maybe not that many. Is it Dick Kimball? It's not Dick Kimball. Anybody know that one? Nobody knows? Kosuke Fukudome. Okay, so it did start with a K, but the first name, not the last name. Since 1991, 3 countries have won the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Mexico, USA, and this country. That's crazy. I don't think it's Canada, but I could be wrong. I would think it would be a Central American country. Either like Costa Rica or Honduras, or maybe when they still had like Trinidad and Tobago in the CONCACAF. It's definitely Canada. We'll see when we get to the results, man. The 4th book in Narnia was adapted into this 2008 film. I dead ass have no idea what the 4th book is. I'm just hoping it's Prince Caspian. This is John Hamm by a mile, and I'm pretty sure that's Kate Winslet. Okay, that's an easy one. What U.S. state was Taco Bell founded? Let's just take a stab at New Mexico. Dave Franco was part of the final season of this show set in a hospital. See in the final season of Scrubs? 2008 comedy had a main character who delivered subpoenas as a process server and featured Danny McBride. (2008) This is Pineapple Express. Sorry, I got very confused. I was trying to think of what Seth Rogen did for a job. Chinese food makes me sick, and I'll steal your honey like I stole your bike. That's LFO. That's the light, funky ones, man. Summer Girls. I've never heard Pineapple Express described as a movie about a process server. It's been a while. Okay. It is Canada. That stings. California. Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are kind of like the New Orleans Saints of the AFC. Connections. Dude, I did connections yesterday when I was eating lunch with my daughter. And it was actually like pure aura. Because yesterday's connections must have been like 1 out of 5 difficulty. And I got it so fast, my daughter was freaking out. She was like, how did you do that? I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm just like really smart. My mom said yesterday's was impossible. I thought yesterday's had like no red herring. The only one that was hard, the last one was like ends with homophones of parts of your leg. That was hard. But I didn't need to do that because I got the rest of them without having mistakes. So, okay. I'm thinking dribble, shoot, block, and pass. These are actions in basketball. Basketball moves. Mark, a footprint, a splash, and an impact. What is to have an effect on something? Big impression. Banana, canary, like things that are yellow. Yellow hat. You could have yellow dogs. To rat, to leak, to say. These are like to be a narc, man. You sing like a canary. You're a rat. You leaked it. You're the source. Informant, a licky boom boom down. Things that are yellow. Yellow banana, yellow dog, yellow hat, yellow secret. I don't know this one. The Don sends his regards. Top banana. Top banana. I love Chibli's The Dawn arc. Can I also say I'm impressed with Chibli? This is why every once in a while you need people to you need new blood. That's why I think it's good that humans don't live forever, even though that means that I will die one day. Every once in a while things get stale. You need unvarnished powder, in order to put some new blood into the situation. Chibli, despite being 10 years younger than me, has taught me something. I didn't know you could negotiate with your landlord. He got approved for an apartment, and then he started asking the landlord for stuff. He was like, I need you to put in curtains. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was pretty much just like, oh my God, thank you for letting me have the place. Thank you. I really needed you to give me this place. Thank you so much. I can't wait to pay you $2,000 a month. I didn't know you could start to get your foot in the door and then be like, I need new curtains. I need you to redo the paint in the bedroom or something like that. He's living his life as the Don, man. I respect and appreciate it. Hang on. I just got to send a no worries if not real quick. Thank you, Prage. No worries if not. I know it's short notice. That's the Don. The Don says no worries if not. I'm not taking his Don character. I'm reinforcing his Don character. Coffee informally. Java. Figure skating jump. Axel. Wide-ranging musical playlists. Mixes. On deck. Next. Down under welcome. Ahoy? What do they say? Good day, good day. Okay, this doesn't look right. Annoyed, vexed. Good. Oh, I typed Gaddy. I typed Gaddy, man. That was going to be an all-timer, too. I think we got some very good results there. Dude, you know what? I also, yesterday, I impressed my daughter, although I think she didn't really understand, and that's fair. I got Minute Cryptic yesterday. My daughter, she kept telling me it was satellite. I was like, it's not satellite. It's too many letters. Also, how do you know what a satellite is? Okay. Beings regularly kept behind Area 51. I mean, of course, I want to write aliens. But the question is, why is it aliens? Kept behind. Behind is probably our indicator. And beings, I bet, is our definition. So then what are we manipulating? I don't know. I'm just going to type aliens. I got it. I don't really understand why, but I'll take it. This to me didn't seem like a cryptic crossword. This one just seemed like a question. It's every other letter in beings. I don't think so. That spells big EOA. That's a hot pot restaurant. Oh my God. Okay. A from area. 51 is LI in Roman numerals. And then every other and then the middle of beings is like aliens. Holy cow, man. That's crazy. I'm glad we got it on the sugar high instead of having to actually break into the macros. That's a tough one. That's really tough. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there, man. Can I say great clue? Because the clue worked as it worked as brain rot and brain fertilizer. Great clue. It was a blue herring. Kate's Bake Shop, chocolate chip cookies. I've never had these. Normally I like a soft cookie, but the popularity of these makes me think that there might be some room for a good crispy. 21 ounces is like a pound and a half of cookies. I just say like cookies are pretty cheap, man. I'm gonna say $7.99, $8.99. Okay. Somebody thinks they got great cookies. $9.49. I'll take those either way. They're premium cookies just because they're from Southampton. They need to make a scramble for school lunches. Dude, okay, I don't want to. Do you think, and again, non-parents, just chill on this one for a little bit, okay? Parents, join me on this one. I think parents these days, and I'm biased because I am one, and I was a kid 30 years ago. I was going to say 20 years ago, but that's only true, like legally speaking. I think parents are under more pressure these days than parents back in the day, man. I'm seeing so many articles that are like, how to have it's like, you should let your kid rot this summer. Let your kid have a 1995 summer. Let them be bored and have lots of free time. And then like the next article is a rebuttal of that article. And that article is like, you should have your kids in day camp. Kids who are in day camps do much better on their SATs 15 years later than kids that were not in day camp. And then the next one is like, there should be an exact middle ground. You should send your kid to day camp every day, but you should also go to the beach every day. I feel like I'm remembering summers. I turned out okay. I turned out fairly well adjusted, minus the horse game stuff. I turned out fairly well adjusted. I went to day camp of like the 15 years of my childhood, 15 summers. I went to day camp, I'm going to say less than 3 months total, my entire childhood. I remember summer 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. What did I do? Screen time didn't exist as a phrase. I watched a fuckload of TV with my grandma. Like I would wake up, we lived in a duplex where I lived in the basement with my parents and my grandparents lived on the upper floor. My parents would go to work, so I would wake up, eat cereal, watch Sports Center, run up the stairs when my parents went to work, watch like Live with Regis and Kathy Lee in the morning. I forget what came on at 10. Might have watched some Good Morning America. 11 a.m. was Price is Right. Price is Right finished. I had a bagel sandwich with salami and yellow mustard. Then Granny would be like, I'm going to do the crossword puzzle, and I got control of the remote. That's where we watched some Nickelodeon. We watched a little bit of like Disney Junior, got a little older, started watching the X Games, old sitcoms on like Nick at Night and stuff like that. And then a lot of time, admit it, probably like 2 or 3 hours a day of just going outside with like a ball and bouncing it on either like the wall of my house or we had one of those like nets that was on an angle. So you would pitch the baseball into the net and it would bounce it back to you and you would catch it with your glove and then throw it back at the net and then catch it. And then, you know, biking to your friend's house because like a kilometer away, one of my friends lived. Now there's sorry, Bubble. There's so much pressure now, man, to be like, oh, she's, I mean, we're living in a little different environment, to be fair, but it's like, oh, she's in the day camp. After the day camp, tonight she's got Mandarin, and then she's got cello, and then she's got swimming, and then we're coming back from that, and then we're going on vacation, and then we got a t-ball, we got soccer, we got baseball, she's got Japanese class. It's just, it never ends, man. We need a day camp where when you send your kid to the day camp, all they get is the movie network. And they just put the kids in a room and they make sure that they're okay. They go to the bathroom, they get fed, nobody's like eating glass or anything like that. And then they just turn on the movie channel. Just a once a week movie channel antidote to the overscheduling or something like that. Yeah, Greg Turkington summer camp, man. And you're going to say like, well, what if they don't want to watch the movie? Sorry, brother, I don't know what to tell you. That's what's on. If you don't like that movie, wait an hour and 45 minutes, and then another movie will come on. But for now, you're watching whatever's on, man. And you know what? You should be excited, even if it's not a genre you like. This shit ain't even out on DVD yet. This was in theaters 4 months ago. The DVD comes out in 6 weeks. You're getting a little preview. That's what $20 a month gets you for the movie channel. You're front running the DVD players, man. That's how I saw a lot of the movies I consider important in my life this day, man. Deadass did this in middle school. I went to a movie camp. We showed up, made popcorn, and watched whatever the counselor wanted. So sick, man. I did go to Christian Bible camp with my neighbor. Not my neighbor, my neighbor's kid who was my age. And I remember 90% of the camp was just swimming and watching like George of the Jungle. Then I remember like, it's probably like halfway through day 2, we all sat in a circle and the lady started reading us some stories from the Bible. And I was like, wait a second, what the hell's going on here? I was like 10. I was old enough to know like, is this Bible camp? Am I at Bible camp right now? They snuck it in, man. You remember what camp? No shot, man. It was probably in like, not to Ontario Post. This shit was probably in Verona. It was probably near the Bravo restaurant, if I had to guess. We were definitely driving north of Highway 7 to get to this camp. Let's put it that way. Fair Verona? Well, at the Bravo restaurant, you get the fries with the gravy. It's pretty fair. I was about to type Sumatra. I think it's an Indonesian island, man. How about Timor-Leste? Let's get a little funky with it today. 17,000 kilometers away. How about Spain? 6,800. I'll take either of the Congos, please. Much worse. How about Estonia? Wow. I mean, it's 17,000 kilometers from this Andy, man. What about like Cuba? Much warmer. I can do this. 800 kilometers. It could be Haiti. I thought Haiti was this one. That's the Dominican Republic. Still 600 kilometers. Any chance you're like Panama looks a lot further than 600 kilometers there. How about Trinidad and Tobago? That's colder, bro. Not by much, though. How about Colombia? We take those. Huge. Huge, man. 8 guesses. We pulled the average down a little bit. That's huge. No. You can't say Tobago and Trinidad. I'm really not trying to. I mean, maybe it sucks to be second fiddle nonstop, but you really can't be. It just doesn't sound the same. It's like saying you know how there's like adjective order that you just kind of, you're simmered in English? So you just know when it sounds right? Like there's no such thing as a red big apple. It's a big red apple. It just doesn't sound right. It's like there's you know when you have like a singing bowl and you hit the resonance and it goes like, there's just an order that makes it sound harmonious, and then there's an order that sounds disharmonious. Red big apple is not right. Like you can't say jockey chicken. Jockey chicken. Just doesn't work, man. It doesn't feel right. It's gross. Brother, I have no idea. You look like this looks like a southern hemisphere island, but I don't think it could be Papua New Guinea. Maybe it could be Papua New Guinea. I always think of it as being a little stouter, but nah, it's way off, bro. 14,000 kilometers east. That crosses like the date line. It's hard for my brain to figure it out. I don't even know where to guess. Actually, I think I do. Could this be Somalia? Somalia is kind of on like the horn. Wow, a horrific guess. Well, it's easy, man. It's equidistant between these 2 points. Is it crazy to say like Argentina? Northwest of Argentina? Are you like American Samoa? I don't know where we are, man. You're some kind of like half of an island in the South Pacific. You're half of an island in the South Pacific. You're like Guam. Oh, shit. Saipan? Like Easter Island or Christmas Island? Belize? That's what Belize looks like? I thought for sure this was like a bisected island in the South Pacific, man. You let John McAfee down? What do you mean I'm paying him $40 a year for like the next 100 years or something? I got my antivirus hooked up to like an expired credit card that somehow keeps going through. Or maybe I'm getting it for free. I don't know. Either way, I mean, I'm paying nothing and getting nothing, so it's a fair trade. Sony Pictures, 261 mil. There is a part of me that thinks December is probably not an amazing Spider-Man. Starring Daniel Craig. Okay, Sony did publish the James Bond movies. This would be Skyfall. This is the Skyfall era. The legs make sense too, because that's a really good drop after a month for an action movie. Okay, that's big. Paramount Pictures, I have no idea. Great Legs might be like an Oscar contender. Probably good word of mouth. All I could think of, Chris Pine, please be sci-fi. Oh, animation family fantasy with Chris Pine. I have no idea, man. Tagline, you better believe. Believe. Well, you might as well send it. Chris Pine. Alec Baldwin. When an evil spirit... Oh, it's the Legends of Hagul. Guardians of... we use this in Cine 2 Nerdle all the time. Guardians of Gahul. The Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahul. It's not the Owls of Gahul. Guardians. The immortal guardians must join forces for the first time to protect the hopes, beliefs, and imagination of children all over the world. Children's? The Guardians. I think I know this one because we had this, like, this has been a blind spot for me. This is the one where, like, Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, like, band together, right? Rise of the Guardians. Rise of the Guardians. I wish it had been the Legends of Gahul, man. Movie is goated. I mean, I was like 24 when it came out, so it's just not really the right demo to have experienced it. But what's crazy is, like, if you were 10 when it came out, you're like 24 now. Uh-oh. Bro, you would not believe this dumb driver ran through a red light while I was trying to turn left, and he had the balls to turn his head side to side as if it was my fault. Streets got me stressed something terrible, Kate. It's a jungle out there. You know what? Now, first off, I'm glad you're okay. And in reading the comment, I was scared because I saw my fault at the end. I was concerned that there was going to be a story of an accident. I'm glad it was just a near miss. Can I say something to cyclists as a stationary cyclist, but also a pedestrian, but also as a driver? And this, you're going to say that here comes a bad take. I forgot to tell you, I was a pedestrian in this story. The pedestrian virtue signaling is higher than the bike virtue signaling. I'm sorry, you're being virtue signaled down to. I was walking to the park with my daughter. This was probably like 4 or 5 days ago. Like, it was a while ago. And we were going to cross the street. But then I looked into the street. There were no cars, but there was a cyclist coming. So I said, okay, honey, just wait like 2 seconds. And then I did the telemetry, and I knew that by the time we made it into the road, the cyclist would be gone. This, I'm not going to lie, this tilted me, and I forgot about it until just now. I was steaming up a little bit. So we start walking onto the road, and I can't stress enough, the cyclist is going like 20, 25 kilometers an hour. We're walking across the road that he's driving on, or biking on. Don't want to trigger you with that one. That he's biking on. We take one step out into the road. The cyclist is literally crossing at that quanta of time. He looks at me and shakes his head. Like, can you believe? Look at the audacity of the pedestrian. Didn't wait the 1 picosecond till I got completely through the intersection before they took their first step. And he was old as fuck. I was going to run him down. And not physically attack him or anything, but just be like, hey, do you really think that was necessary? Hey, I'm just curious. I saw you shake your head. Look me in the eyes and shake your head as I'm walking my 4-year-old daughter to the park. As if like I did something that put your safety in jeopardy, when actually I didn't at all. Also, I would mog you on the bike by a mile, probably by longer than a mile, depending on the distance of the race. But like, first off, it's not like you're not... Let me just put it this way. The Tour de France is going on right now and your ass ain't there. So let's just remember that this is two civilians speaking, okay? It's not like I'm interrupting your Olympics training. And I didn't interrupt you at all. I think some people, they just get addicted to being like some cyclists, they're basically on the bike just to be a traffic cop. Just to be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Lady with the wheelchair, get out of the bike lane. I know you're crossing the bike lane to get up the ramp on the curb to the sidewalk, but get out of the bike lane. Get out of the bike lane. And I'm pro-cyclist. I couldn't be more pro-cyclist. But you guys have to start policing your own community a little bit. You got to start shaming the dickheads. We shame the dickhead drivers. The drivers love to do that. We love to look at other drivers and go, we love to do that stuff, man. Don't even get me started on the recumbents, but that's like, I've already used all my political capital today, okay? Lionsgate 2012. This could be Hunger Games Catching Fire. Made a lot of money. Wrong. Kristen Stewart. It's a Twilight movie, I'm afraid. It's Eclipse Part 1. That's not one of the movies. It's, well, what's it called? Breaking Dawn Part 1? Excuse me? Breaking Dawn Part 1? Okay, my bad. Breaking Dawn Part 2. We take those. We take those. Touchstone Pictures. Starring Daniel Day-Lewis from 2012. This is Lincoln with a sleeve tattoo. 20th Century Fox 60 mil 2012 starring Suraj Sharma. It's an adventure drama. It made 60 mil. Believe the unbelievable. And Irfan Khan. He's very famous. Even if I only know him from Jurassic World. It's the life of Pi, bro. No disrespect to... Sorry, Life of Pi. No disrespect to Ang Lee. I watched the first third of this movie with Kate and then went, nah, I don't think this is for me, to be honest with you. Ang Lee, kind of the GOAT, but I'm not sure about the Life of Pi, to be honest with you. The manga was better. I know that's right. Overly literal cinema goer. I just think that the tiger would have eaten him. I think if they were on the boat in the water with no other sources of food, the tiger would have eaten him, okay? It doesn't pass the smell test. Well, they've been adrift at sea for a month and the tiger hasn't eaten him yet? No stars. Box office. I love it. Box office game. Real Steel to Kung Fu Panda 2. I don't know anybody in Kung Fu Panda 2 except for Jack Black. I don't know anybody in Real Steel. Hope Davis is in this? James Rebhorn? Well, okay, obviously we're going James Rebhorn, Meet the Parents, Ben Stiller, Tropic Thunder, Jack Black, Kung Fu Panda 2. I mean, that's the easiest one of all time. If you're going to dangle James Rebhorn in front of me, of course I'm going to take a bite. Of course I'm going to nibble. That's a damn joke. Flushed away, Conrad Vernon. I think I wouldn't want a slice. I'm going to go upstairs and see the shower fairy. Stare. We don't guess games anymore. What do? We take a glimpse at Puck Doku. And I'm going to say I don't really love the Puck Doku today. I'm going to go straight to Movie Grid. I love the argument over whether Flushed Away is good. Because, you know, like, you're not wrong, but, like, there's a very small period of time in your life where you watch kids' movies that are not 10 out of 10. And, like, they're targeted at you. So, like, from age 5 to, like, 12, you're watching whatever garbage comes out that is targeted directly at your demographic. And then that opinion that you have gets cemented in your brain, and you're arguing about it, like, 15 years later. You're like, nah, bro, Shark Tale was kind of underrated. I know a lot of people think it was just a fast follow to cash in on the Finding Nemo hype, but it was actually pretty good as a standalone film as well. I'm not judging. It's literally like a human experience, man. I'm sure I got the same thing. I just can't remember that many movies from like 1996 anymore, man. There's that like, is it Wild America with Devin Sawa and like Jonathan Taylor Thomas? I saw that one. Scott Aukerman produced it. Really? That is funny, man. Or I'll Be Home for Christmas, starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The Matrix. The Matrix is actually legitimately still a 10 out of 10. I actually, believe it or not, I loved it when I was 12 because it was cool. Having seen it 3 times in the past 2 years, I love it even more as a 36-year-old. Because now it's still cool. The coolness, if anything, just amped up. It's like Final Fantasy VII. Like for a while it was cringe because it was like over glazed in society at large. Every movie had like a parody of it. Every game referenced Final Fantasy VII. And you were like, oh, this is old hat. But then 20, 30 years later, the themes have aged very well. The movie has gotten cooler. The game has gotten cooler. Suppose I should rewatch? It holds up. And I mean, it holds up as a movie, as a story. The action holds up. The themes hold up. I'm not saying it in the way that most people say it holds up, which is like they don't say any words that aren't okay anymore. That's whenever people talk about a comedy, they're like, it holds up. At no point do they, the movie doesn't start with them calling Ed Helms something that they never should have called him in the first place. It really holds up, though. The Hangover, I'm not so sure, but it's hard, as someone who was 20 when The Hangover came out, I can't, try as I might, I can't get the trepidation to get it out. The sequel's not so much for Hangover or The Matrix, but the second one is still pretty good. Second Matrix is still cool. Hangover was poorly aged when it released. How old were you when it released? It's not a question with malevolence. It's just a real question. Your name is Onyx something. I'm waiting for your response. How old were you when the movie released? I'm trying to see how tapped into contemporary culture you were. You were 24? Unk in chat. I had no idea. I was 16 and the chatter was right. You're a kid. I was 20. I was a grown-up. My opinion means more. Sorry. If it aged badly, how did it become the highest grossing R-rated comedy of all time? I was 10 when it came out, thought it wasn't funny. Yeah, because you were probably like, what's alcohol? What's a bachelor party? Who's Mike Tyson? You were probably, that 10 is way too young to interface with the kind of humor that they have in a movie like The Hangover. You were probably confused, man. I was 12 and it hit. Wise beyond your years. I know, dude. It must have been because I had this experience at my friend's 13th birthday party. I was going to say 13-year-old birthday party, which is the same thing, but it's like the adjective order. It sounds wrong. 2001. Went to my friend's birthday party. It was the greatest day of my life. In the morning, I had a tennis class. And I had just gotten Mario Tennis. So I was like, this is life imitates art, bro. And then, right after tennis class, I bought the Default CD. If you don't know Default, they were like Canadian alt rockers who are not very good. But that describes all like post-Nirvana alt rock around that era. You're wasting my time. And I was like, this is the greatest day of all time. Took the Default CD to my friend's birthday party. Watched Scary Movie 1 for the first time with no parents in the room. Oh! Probably fresh out on DVD, rented from Blockbuster. What an afternoon, man. I bet some people had that. If you turned 13 in 2009... You watch The Hangover at your friend's 13th birthday party or something? That would be sick, man. That would be sick. We watched Ghosts of Mars after that, which was horrible. But Superbad. Dude, I had that with Superbad. I saw Superbad when I was like 18 in Montreal opening weekend. And that's an important distinction because the legal drinking age in Montreal is 18. I expected it to be good when I saw it. I didn't expect it to be that good. That's a top 5 movie theater experience for me. It's like Superbad, Endgame. I'll put it up there. Hot Fuzz. Trying to think of what else would be in there. There's a Minecraft movie. Inglourious Bastards was up there for sure because it starts so good, man. Dune 2 is really good for sure. Snakes on a Plane? Nah, I saw it Thursday at midnight when it came out. And I was like, I was all in on the memes. This was early meme days. And I was like, damn, this shit sucks ass. But it's half about the movie and half about, the situation you see it in too. Anyway, sorry. Anya Taylor-Joy, one-word title, easy. Ignore the, even easier. Title starts with IP freely, released 05-2025. Okay. Let's start with Playmobil the movie. That's a given. 05 to 2025. Maybe we want like Emma Dot. And then one-word title. It's between Split, The Witch, and The Menu. And I think they're all going to be like reasonably high up there. I'm going to put Split. I think I'm going to be happy with 12.9%. Oh, Northman. I got to see the Northman too. I'm gonna be happy with 13% though. Emma Dot was a nice pull too. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix. IP. Ignore articles. That's what I do when I read a dirty magazine. Am I right, fellas? I still love the bit. Justin, I don't know if you're still here after I said cat dads don't get to steal my parental glory today. I love the bit of guy who brings a date home and she gets the ick because he has the New York Times on his coffee table. And then he says, it's just for the games. I just get the newspaper for the games. I don't read the articles. Like he brings home like a leftist baddie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I still think the bit's pretty good. Hell yeah. Some fine shit with a wolf cut or something. I don't even really know what a wolf cut is, man. I just keep saying it. It's Mad Libs. Some fine shit wearing a toga and Cookie Monster pants with a wolf cut, drinking a flat white. Eventually, we're going to get enough words that hit that they're going to be like, okay, you hit the quota. You hit the quota to get a +2. Wearing platform Crocs. Holding a Kuromi plush. Stop. Oh, man. It's over. With a Labubu necklace. I can't get Trump saying Labubu out of my head. There's a very evil cognito hazard. Labubu. They opened the. We're gonna start making American Labubus. Not Lafufu. They said, Mr. Trump, we already have Lafufu. I said, I don't want Lafufu. I want the real Labubu, made in Ohio, with great American stitches. Something like that. I don't know. Sorry, what was I doing here? Let's start with Sandra Bullock. The Panama Papers be like, I don't know if she was in that shit, sorry. Sandra Bullock, 05-2025. She's been in some shit. She's in like Bird Box. People might have forgotten about that one. Nope. Not at all, man. Should have taken Miss Congeniality 2 on that one. Speaking of which, how about Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous? That's definitely starting with I to P. 12%? Are you shitting me, man? One word title. I mean, there's Speed. There's The Net. There's Gravity. I feel like The Net is probably going to be pretty high, but I'll live with that. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix. One word title. I'm gonna 05 to 2025. I'm gonna play Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot. Crazy hairstyles on the cover, man. You know what's crazy? I can't tell if that's Bradley Cooper or Jonah Hill. I'm thinking just facially, that's got to be Jonah Hill. But it kind of looks like if Bradley Cooper put on like maybe 40 pounds. Can you see that? Cooper John. What are the odds my husband's poisoning my drink? Kate is now, and like I understand, because I was sick for 3 weeks once, so I understand the thoughts that go through your head when your mind is idle, when you're convalescing. She's now at the point where she's like, am I being poisoned by my husband? You're not being poisoned by your husband. You've seen, if this was Uma Musume, you've seen my mood go from great to good to normal. I'm taking psychic debuffs from all the parenting that I'm doing. I would not poison you. If anything, I should start medicating you. I should start putting like Dayquil in your tea or something like that. She buffs me. She buffs me. She buffs me to improve my health. She buffs me to make me healthier. Mom, are you paying? Mom, are you tipping? Are you tipping the staff, Mom? Anyway, sorry. One word title, Joaquin Phoenix. Her, Gladiator, Joker. Title starts I to P. The Master. Live with that. Let's just put Gladiator, man. Like, you're going to see a lot of hers. You're going to see a lot of Jokers in there. You're going to see a lot of... Oh, Signs. Signs, man. I'm happy we got zero top guesses, at least. Crash is a good one. I was thinking of it for Sandra Bullock, but also I didn't know that it was 05. I should have known. This came out. I've never seen this movie, but I went to a bookstore with Kate in, I'm going to say 2013. She bought this book, and this book has been haunting me from our bookshelf ever since. She didn't read it. I've never read it, and I know nothing about it. But I know the cover of the book looks like that, except they're kind of like more silhouetted. It's actually good. I like John C. Reilly, man. You know, wait, this is a bone to pick. And I know you guys are like, he hates Corey. But after seeing this, I almost did start to really hate Corey, or at least his opinions on films. Because I was just perusing Letterboxd a little bit this weekend in a very Web 2.0 sort of way. And I went to Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. And can I show you something, man? Can I fucking show you something? Get your magnifying glass out. 12 years ago, in 2013, Corey marked Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story as watched. And then a millisecond later, Corey rated Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story 1.5 stars, man. 1.5? Not even a 2.5, at which I could be like, there's room for differences of opinion, man. 1.5? 1.5 is, that's like, he wanted to hurt some feelings with that one, I think. It's the cheapest stuff there is. How old were you when that came out? 19. I see what you're saying. You're right. Corey is older than me. There is that. I don't hold that against him, though. He is, man. It's crazy so I'm 36, going on 37. I'm at the age now where I like have friends who are in their early 40s or even approaching their mid 40s. And what's crazy is like your perception of a 44-year-old when you're 12 is so off compared to actually knowing like what a 44-year-old is like in reality, which is they're just like a normal person And they've had enough time to be an adult that they've like, you know, they're not complaining about nonsense anymore. At least not the ones that I'm running with. They're not saying stuff like, "Oh, I gotta pick up my kid later today." Oh. They're not saying stuff like that, but they are like. I mean, they're basically you kind of. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. I would say it's like when you turn like 30-ish. That's when you complete all your career goals, Uma Musume style, in real life. In real life, you haven't completed your career goals, but that's like the end of your bulk training has finished around age 30. And then I think like 30 to 70 in terms of your stats changing, it's just whatever you get from the URA finals. So you might not, some people are the same at 60 that they were at 30 because they washed out in the qualies. Some people win the finals, they might get 100 extra points across the board, but otherwise you're kind of like, I think you're kind of locked in there. I think like the dough is basically set at that point. I've seen old dudes get randomly jacked at 50. That's a cry for help. That's like they got divorced from their wife of like 22 years, and then their like anchored personality of machismo and male attractiveness is stuck in like Sylvester Stallone era. So they start doing testosterone replacement and like human growth hormone, and they turn into the weird fuck ass like J.K. Simmons jacked Santa Claus type shit. You will not see that from me. Moreover, more power to them if that's the aesthetic that they're going for and the lifestyle that they want to lead. I will not be doing that. I have no interest in that whatsoever. It seems insane to me to want to be 60 years old and look like The Rock. You could be 60. You want to be 60 and look like Ted Danson looked like when he was 60. That's fine, man. I don't want to be 60 and look like The Rock, age 38. That's crazy. Or The Rock, age 60 for that point, for that matter. Samuel L. Jackson got his break at 46. Yeah, but how many years was he acting before? Not to ruin anybody's life, but like... was Samuel L. Jackson age 46 in Twitch chat? And then Steven Spielberg went, You, the chatter with the Raging Wolf helm. Hop into my DMs. I'm going to fly you out to Los Angeles.
Turnip. A noun meaning either of two biennial herbs. Plummet. A verb meaning to fall perpendicular.
Fall perpendicular.
Athlete. A noun meaning a person who is trained or...
Are you guys going to the enhanced games in Las Vegas next year?
Penguin. A noun meaning... Agog. A adjective meaning full of intent.
That's a tough one, agog. What are the enhanced games? It's the steroid Olympics. I have a theory about the enhanced games, which is that we all joked after the baseball steroid stuff that they should just do a steroids Olympics. But in reality, cover your ears. I don't think it's going to be that exciting because at the end of the day, there's still just like a lot of swimming. I don't really, like, it's not like they're going to grow fins or whatever, or like, or gills, you know, they're just going to be 2% faster at swimming, maybe if they can get world-class swimmers who are also willing to forego Olympic qualification to like take performance-enhancing drugs. They're just going to be like a little bit faster, man. All right. Well, I should have known. You really have to rush spell check if you want to finish it. I should have known that one. What is this, man? This is like Shrimps Rockefeller. Savory casserole. This looks good as fuck, man. I mean, the picture is very like 2003. But shrimp, garlic, butter, breadcrumbs, white wine, lemon juice, parsley, salt. I mean, that's everything. It's everything. I feel like this might be from the United States, man. Shrimp de Dijon. It had a, because this is Oysters Rockefeller, but it's just applied to shrimp instead. Very American name. 85% yum. We take those. These are steamed buns. Matcha powder? I mean, to be honest with you, it looks, even if there is matcha powder, it looks Chinese, not Japanese. That's lotus leaf bread, bro. That's simple. Liquor 43. Coffee, condensed milk, liquor 43. Coffee beans. It's maybe got a, it looks South American to me. It looks good as fuck. It also kind of looks like Vietnamese, but Centenario. There's also a part of me that thinks that could be like African. Centenario. Let's start coffee producing countries in South America. Peru. Ice cold, bro. Okay, maybe it's Africa. Maybe this is from Ethiopia. Asiatico. Asiatico. A Vietnamese inspired coffee originated in Europe, maybe? Asiatico. Portugal? Borders. Cool borders. Asiatico. All right, that's it looks insanely good. 13,500. We'll take those. I live in Spain. Oops. You know what's great? I mean, okay, listen, it's not virtue signaling or trying to make anybody feel bad. One of the great things about biking pretty much every day is I feel like I could tank a coffee like that. In an era where people are like so afraid of cream and sugar, anything sweet, anything fatty, anything. Well, is a volunteer from Catalano here? I'm not trying to hate on a local business, but I need you to join me. At least, I need you to answer my question. Did you see the booth that was like, finally, you are here, okay. Finally, the sparkling water you've been waiting for, and it was a can of sparkling water that had 20 grams of protein in it? I think it's gone a little too far. I wish them the best, to be honest with you, because I'd love to see local entrepreneurs succeed. But a can of sparkling water with 20 grams of protein, it's already easy to get protein because protein tastes second best of all the macronutrients. Carbs taste the best. Protein tastes the second best, in my opinion. It's like, if anything, they should make something that makes it easier to get fats, man. Because like short of sticking your spoon into the jar of peanut butter, that can be a little tricky. Fat tastes better than carbs? No shot, bro. Eat a jelly bean and get back to me. Fats are number one. Bullshit. Eat a jelly bean and then take a shot of olive oil. Tell me which one's better. Jelly beans are trash. Yeah, if you're buying like the Dare jelly beans, you gotta accept paying AAA prices for a Jelly Belly. The Jelly Bellies absolutely mog vending machine jelly beans. Treat yourself a little bit. Damn, I'm slow at the dulls today, man. But anyway, I'm just where it really hit me. I think where I hit like peak protein disgust was when I was stuck at the airport trying to find a snack for my daughter. She's like, "Daddy, I want chocolate milk," and then like me digging through the crates to try to find a chocolate milk that doesn't have like half of an adult's daily protein allotment in a single bottle. Fairlife, 30 grams of protein, 75 grams of protein per bottle, 11 grams of protein per serving, 7 servings per bottle. Like this shit was pissing me off. They don't just make like chocolate milk anymore. It's got pea protein. It's got plant-based protein. It's got protein. It's got hydrolyzed pea protein. It's got a cricket protein. I just want some chocolate milk for like a 4-year-old, man. Is that much protein bad for them? Well, like an adult serving of protein, a kid probably tanks it, but there's a good chance you're raising your diarrhea risk. Let's put it that way. It's already dairy, and then you're throwing in like a bunch of plant-based protein as well, and then you're going on a 6-hour flight. There's a risk, man. I'm out, but a friend linked me your New York Times bit. I gotta say it's good. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. It was basically made for you. If I told that in Mario Party, I think that Malf would be like, shut up, and Apollo would be like, I don't really get it. It was a laser-targeted Justin-style joke. But I think it's also bullshit, because I'm pretty sure they don't put connections in the newspaper. Like, that'd be hard as fuck, man. You have to, like, wait till tomorrow to see if you got it right. No shot. Oh, it's Scrandle time. We had a perfect Scrandle on Friday, right? Loaded fries or peppered chicken? I feel like the fries look really bad, man. I gotta go peppered chicken. I'm surprised the chicken's so high, but bad burger or lamb Rogan Josh. Men's Rights Indian restaurant that serves Papa Smart and Rogan Joe. I'm gonna have to go with the Rogan Josh by a mile here. I think this is gonna be like 87 to 14. Barbecue pulled beef and pork grilled cheese versus chili and cheese loaded nachos. The nachos look horrific. There's not enough tortilla chips to sustain the level of toppings. There's not enough substrate for the level of topping. We're going to have to go with the grilled cheese on that one. They just don't know nachos. Listen, I'm Canadian. I don't know nachos either. But in the UK, they really don't know nachos. This is the worst thing perhaps we've ever, or at least the most disappointing thing we've ever seen in this game. This is horrific. The cheese it's left an impression, but that's about it. The lasagna looks pretty good. 19% is madness, but sure. Leshona, roast pork and crackling. Can't beat the price. That looks really good. Ultimate burger with chips. Could be worse, man. I gotta go with this, though. I can't be mad about that one. I think they're wrong, but I can't be mad. Salted herring sandwich, chicken gyro. God is my witness. You could hook me up to a polygraph, and I promise this to you. I would choose the fish sandwich, 100%. That being said, I know the battle, and I don't think this looks horrible. 22% is crazy. Why? I don't know what to tell you. I like fish. Fish is good. I've had pickled herring. I love it, man. It's a lot of foods that there are a lot of flavors that you don't traditionally associate with something you like to eat that's from the sea, but it's cold and it's juicy and it's a little bit sweet and then it's very sour, man. I love it. I should move to Denmark. Maybe I'm 10% Danish, man. I'm not virtue signaling. You know me. I've got a long track record of fucking saying I'm sick of this shit. Where they put the fuck your mother sauce. Hey, can you put some more shit on my shit? Can you shit up my slop? Put some more slop on my shit, man. Hey, I ordered extra shit on my slop, but there's too much slop and not enough shit on it. Like I don't like that stuff, man. Give me a nice piece of bread with a fish in it. It's the way God intended. Anyway, this looks pretty good. I didn't mean to make an enemy here. This looks absolutely horrible. 72% is an affront to all that is virtuous. This has got to be 22-ounce beer boot. This should be a 0 as far as I'm concerned. You don't even have to think about it. Don't get in your own way on that one. Foot-long sausage roll looks... I like a sausage roll, man. I got to be honest. This looks pretty fucking good. This looks really fucking good, though. This is a really tough one. That looks... I think I would rather eat this. I think I would rather eat this at a stadium. That was a really close one. We're kind of scranned up, man. That's 19 out of 20 past 2 days. That's a dub as far as I'm concerned. Thrice! Chris Hughes, Andrew McCollum, and Dustin Moskovitz are the lesser-known founders of what website that needed 5 of them for some reason? So the real question here is, what famous tech company has 2 founders that you always hear about? And the answer is Google. Fuck! Because it's complicated, a third of all U.S. divorce filings in 2011 included the name of what website? Oh, it has to be Facebook, man. Imagine getting divorced over Facebook. Oh, man. In 2011, before people started posting like QAnon shit on the regular. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Maybe better known as a suffragist. In 1870, Millicent Fawcett wrote a still influential textbook on what science? Botany. Mathematics. There's no Nobel Prize for math, but the dude from A Beautiful Mind did win one in what related field? So I'm going to guess it's not mathematics. What the hell did John Nash win? Economics, I guess? Yeah, economics makes sense. He's always thought because that's his economics paper just said Adam Smith was right. And then the Nobel committee was like, oh shit. You ever see that scene from the movie? Adam Smith was right. I've only seen it once. It was like 15 years ago, but he does say that. From 2009 to 2011, you two went on a tour named for what number? 8? In skee ball, how many points do you need for a full circle? I mean, in skee ball, don't you get like 5,000 points for getting it in the corner? Oh, 360, a full circle. Am I crazy about the skee ball thing? I thought the skee ball was like, the corners are like 5,000 or 10,000. And then the dead center is like half. It's like 5,000 or something like that. Or has there been skee ball inflation or something? The middle's 100? Nah, not anymore, man. Blame Jerome Powell or whatever. Best known for his paintings of girls, what Dutchman had 7 daughters of his own starting in the 1650s? Vermeer? I told you I bought a coffee table book about artists. It's already paying dividends. I haven't even gotten to the Vermeer chapter yet, man. I haven't even gotten there yet. I'm still on Masaccio, dude. I don't even remember his name. I think it's Masaccio. I didn't even know it was a pseudonym, man. Apparently it's Italian for like Sloppy Tom. Who? Masaccio, bro. He did some fucking, he did those ones with the kid doing this, but so did all of them. Anyway, they all got a couple where they draw a little baby doing this. Solanum lycopersicum. Solanum lycopersicum is the scientific name of what plant that originated in South America as an oh so edible fruit. Watermelon. We say fruit. Oh, tomato. It's a tomato, bro. Solanum. Lycopene is like the fucking vitamin in tomatoes, man. I could have gotten that. Anyway, we'll take 10 points on that. 10 points on a thrice is pretty good. He showed me his lycopene. You think Samuel L. Jackson was posting like that in Twitch chat? Sort these languages by number of total speakers, starting with the most spoken. Go Mandarin at the top. I'm going to go Spanish, then I'm going to go English. And then I'm going to go Portuguese, French, Russian. Send it. Wow! I'm going to go Spanish above Chinese? English above Chinese? And then Portuguese and French switch? That makes more sense. I thought that my whole life, I've heard what apparently was a factoid instead of a fact. My whole life, I heard that Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world. No one on this playground in 5th grade, no one was saying native speaker. They were just going, Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world. They lied to me, bro. No one was adding fucking caveats to the factoids back then. It's one country. It's literally not one country. Sometimes my wife comes home from picking up my daughter, and she says that, like, she holds the door open for someone else, and they say shay shay to her. There's at least 2 countries, bro. It's at least 2. I gotta learn how to speak Mandarin Chinese, man. That would be so sick. That would go so hard in open comms in multiplayer games too. To just start fucking rattling off some Mandarin at your teammates. That would go crazy, man. Seems hard though. Maybe I'll just I don't know. They're gonna have like a perfect translation app out at some point. I don't think I'm gonna learn how to speak Mandarin Chinese on Duolingo. That was disorderly. We go juxtastat. Which has more access to parks? It's gotta be. Is that real St. Louis? That's real. Okay. It's got. I have to believe St. Louis beats Kingsport, Bristol. Isn't that like the UN Secretary General or something? It's a real city, so it's got to have parks. Higher percentage of people with individual incomes over C100K. Yeah, it's probably going to be Vancouver. Higher percentage of people who commute by bike. I just feel like, I mean, I get that it has part of Dallas, but I feel like driving a truck is like a huge part of Texas culture, man. I got to go with Illinois. Higher percentage of people with no internet access. Go with the place I've never heard of. Higher percentage of people employed in service. I have to imagine it's New York, man. That's probably the easiest juxtastat we've ever had. That's simple, man. It was basically just click on the place you've heard of. Oh, we're in the goated ones, man. Golf today? You know it. We take those. Any day of the week, we take those. Half of Juxtastat is just knowing which place has more old people. If DL Guiga were still here, God rest him, he would tell you that, yeah, demographics are important, obviously. We're actually the go to this. He's on summer vacation right now. Off the back wall. Oh! This is a really hard one, man. We take those. That's a huge one. We got to try. That was pretty bad. Slow play. That was way too fast, bro. That was way too fast. Slow play. Much better position. Where are we going? I'm going to reset this one. I want to be on the flag. Oh, what have I done? The spam clickler. We want to take a positioning shot. I'll take that. Could have been a lot worse. Ah! Immediately got a lot worse. You know what? Actually, this is a good angle. That's a beautiful shot, man. That's not so much a beautiful shot. Don't hit the fucking angle. You fucker. There you go. Stretch the defense. Measured approach. Get to the edge. Land in the rough! Scammer. Measured approach. Land in the rough. Oh my god. Measured approach. Much better. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. This angle is like borderline impossible, man. Huge. Then. Oh! The delightfully devilish sort of end section, man. Huge. 46% of golfers, we take those. No, I'm not going to hop on that other gacha game that just came out from Nexon on Steam. I went to popular new releases on Steam and said, well, this is interesting. It's like the only popular new release from like the past 3 days. Maybe I'll take a look. And then the reviews have an insanely evil aura surrounding them. Because like the screenshots make it look like a Super Nintendo style auto battler where like your little chibi characters go like pew 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 pew. And then all the reviews were horny. Every single one was horny. I think that it has a dark energy emanating from the store page, and I will not be interfacing with it. Horse game, I do believe that it is a force for bad in the world. I believe it's a force for evil. But it is also very fun. But this one seemed like actually, like, I'm not going to say criminal. That's a step too far. They haven't done any crimes, but Dan's beefing with Caleb now? No, man. Dan, actually, I'm going to tell Caleb to chill. You have to be nice to the streamers when they've played horse game, because horse game creates there's a lot more people in chat usually, but it also creates an environment that is hospitable for the most annoying chatters to thrive. So you have to recognize that you are talking to a streamer, you're maybe coming in cold, they're starting very hot because you're literally dealing with, the only thing you're seeing in chat, apart from like pog, 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 glue, 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 is annoying anime avatars being like, no, don't pick that horse, your best support card is that horse, and if you pick that horse, you can't use the best support card on them. Like the dude has played the game for like 3 seconds. I was almost crashing out in Dan's chat. Dude was like, I think this horse looks cool. People with like all caps usernames in his chat, you're gonna screw up your support deck if you take this horse. If you take this horse, you won't be able to. And then alternatively is the people who have equally cooked names, like their name is their OC. I'm like, Dave the Hedgehog. And they're like, what kind of degens are playing this game? It's all right, man. Show me your hard drive before you type that shit. You don't have a normal ass Twitch name. You got a cooked ass Twitch name just like the rest of them. Who is watching this? This is crazy. Just shut up and say glue, man. Just say pog or glue. It's that simple. Glue is a great emote. I love with the horse that turns into the glue bottle. I gotta put that one on for sure. I'm glad you liked it, Dan. I was having a good time. So, Victor, I'll have you know, by the way, I've been using your Super Creek support card every single time. Every single time. Sometimes I have to reroll to get it. But the Super Creek is meta. I get it every time. I get Swinging Maestro every time. You're farming friend points off of me right now, bro. What did I just play? That was kind of hard golf. Okay. Getting close to the end here. Angle's a fucking doozy today, man. Angle's a doozy. Damn. So 90 would be like there. 180 would be like, I think it's like about 20 degrees off from a 180. I'm going to say it's a 158. Boiling, bitch. 156. Angle in 2. That's huge. After whiffing on it like 5 days in a row at the very start, we're getting really good at angle, man. That's my goat. And then catfishing. 20th century American Jews, 21st century American Jews, 21st century American philanthropists, 2010, please tell me you're not a sailor. American computer business people, American people of Russian Jewish descent, life extensions, are you Tesla Inc. people, directors of Apple Inc., director, Oracle employee, are you employee, California Republicans? Who's the Oracle guy? Larry Ellison? We hit you with those. How? I listen to podcasts now and then. Not any he'd be on, but somewhere they might be like, how does Oracle have such a large market cap? They don't even do anything. I was hitting the Cyclops walk animation. You were a child walking on your knees for me. I think of every time, man, I think about it. It's just got the right cadence. Like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Cyclops walk animation cross Kids by MGMT, man. Yeah, oh, I see it. I see it in chat there. I see it. Love that. 1949 musicals by Rogers and Hammerstein set in Oceania. South Pacific, bro. It's literally, they gave me the only, I know nothing about South Pacific except that it takes place in the South Pacific and it's a musical. So they gave me exactly the right hints. Chinese inventors, home-built aircraft, inventors killed by their own invention, legendary Chinese people, Ming Dynasty scholars, rocket science pioneers. I'm going to pass. I just don't know. But he sent himself to heaven on a chair stuffed with fireworks. Is that true? That picture is so fucking funny, man. Holy shit, dude. Possibly depicted as the world's first astronaut. Dude, he's lucky he didn't succeed, man. Can you imagine if he made it through the atmosphere in that contraption? Oh, shit. That's crazy, man. Holy cow. The light that seared the heavens. They never found him. Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter. First it was Rice Shower. Now I'm laughing at the demise of Wan Hu. I'm sure that his sacrifice was not in vain. He probably did like advance the field of rocketry like a millennium or something by himself. But like the picture is crazy. In the picture he's going, goodbye. I'll be back soon, guys. See you soon. 1990s internet culture, German satire, internet memes introduced from Germany, internet memes introduced in 1994, the culture of North Rhine-Westphalia, German satire, hoaxes in Germany, dancing baby. It's the Bielefeld conspiracy. I've never heard of this in my life, to be honest with you, but fair enough. I thought it might be Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga, Ooga Chaka. 1970s ballads, fiction about personifications of death. Ooh, seasons don't fear the reaper. Now do the winners. Anytime, I actually have to say, this song is the reason that I know that I'm literally the only person on earth using Amazon Music. The reason I know that is because sometimes my daughter will be like, hey, play HOTTOGO. So then I do it, and then the Amazon Music radio kicks in, and it plays Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. There's no shot that that is like the way that the algorithm is telling it to go. The only logical conclusion is both of these songs are on my Peloton playlist, and it's going, people who listen to Hot to Go also listen to Don't Fear the Reaper. Yeah, bitch, I'm people. I'm the people you're talking about. I've got my own algorithm, man. They built it just for me. Great song, though. Hell of an Uno hand, too. That's got to be like draw 50 or something. Border tri-points. Illegal drug trade in Southeast Asia? Bro, that's the Golden Triangle. You think I've never seen Tropic Thunder? Jay Baruchel says it's the Golden Triangle. That's the easiest one of all time. 1980s Japanese language films. 1980s war drama films about siblings. Grave of the Fireflies. We take those. Today's my day in catfishing, man. Greeting words and phrases. Hawaiiana parting phrases. Aloha. Easiest one of my life. 20th century memoirists, born in 1909, amateur radio people who were Burmese diplomats of the United Nations, Secretary Generals of the United Nations, Boutros Ghali Ghali, Ghali Boutros Boutros. You thought. Pretty sure Boutros Boutros is from Egypt. But it sure as shit wasn't Ban Ki-moon. 1997 establishments in the U.S. This has got to be Halliburton. There's too much paramilitary George W. Bush. Oh, Blackwater. Oh, of course it's Blackwater. Close enough. Does that work? Does that work? Or did I just cheat in catfishing? I knew what it was. I clicked the wrong button. Dude, Blackwater was number one. That's got to be right. BlackRock is a crazy guess, man. How many people guess BlackRock? BlackRock literally sitting there like, we're just holding stocks, bro. Juan Hu is really tough. Golden Triangle. You don't know Golden Triangle, bro? Come on. Aloha. Mahalo. 8%. I told you it wasn't Ban Ki-moon. Damn. One of 27 to get 6.5 points. I'd probably put us on 6 there. That's still pretty good, though. Pol Pot is crazy. Yeah, there's a... Well, you know what? They were probably just fishing for a guess, but it's like 8% of people out there, I guess, were like, UN Secretary General? Yeah, probably like one of the worst dictators of the 20th century. Also, wrong country, but... Have you seen who they put on there? You got a problem with Ban Ki-moon? You got a problem with You Thought? I'm trying to think about who else was even... You got a problem with Boutros Ghali? Kofi Annan. That's a good pull. I forgot about Kofi Annan. I like the album Benji, but isn't he a bit of an asshole? It's a clutch Sun Kill Moon reference. Lot of people aren't going to get that one.